What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and I would love to hear your thoughts on this one in the comments down below, as we have some breaking news that just came out that's pretty much going to be changing everything. This is your stimulus check update and your stimulus package update. Take a look at this headline down below. FDA grants full approval to Pfizer BioNTech shot, clearing path for more vaccine mandates, you guys. Now, I would like to know your thoughts. Up to this point, the FDA has only approved this in an emergency status, but now it is fully approved. And take a look at this. You can see that the U.S. cases right now have been on the rise. Friday, we had almost 200,000 new cases, almost all the Delta variant. And what we're hearing is that there's a lot of people that have been hesitant because this has not been FDA approved, and now it is. And will that cause people to now want to go get the vaccination? In addition to that, will this enforce mandates by employers, by the government, by schools, and across the board? People saying, no, this has now been FDA approved. You need to go get it. Well, take a look at this. We also saw this got supported by former President Donald Trump, and he mentioned this at a rally in Alabama where they actually booed him at his own rally, you guys. I've got the video footage I'm going to be sharing with you. Now, in addition to that, how is this going to be impacting Congress and stimulus? Now, we'll see, because they could be enforcing now these new requirements for vaccines, and we're going to see if stimulus is going to continue to get pushed. But right now, today, at this probably very moment, they're discussing stimulus in Congress. Take a look. Pelosi barrels towards a budget showdown with Democrat centrists, and we're hearing that that's happening right now at this very moment. You guys, while you're watching this, we could be hearing the results of what's happening right now regarding stimulus and infrastructure. But what we're hearing is that, as you know, Nancy Pelosi, she's been battling with centrist Democrats who are threatening to derail the whole thing. Well, take a look at this. The Hill, Manchin warns House Democrats over bipartisan infrastructure bill delays, saying, you guys, please do not derail the whole thing, and please hurry up. We want to get this done, and these delays could mess everything up for infrastructure and for stimulus. But what we're hearing is, take a look at this. Wall Street calls the moderates bluff, urging investors to go ahead and prepare for infrastructure and budget reconciliation bills to be passed. In other words, saying they have faith that Nancy Pelosi is going to pull this off, and the moderate Democrats that are fighting her aren't going to be derailing anything, you guys. But we will see, and it's likely we're going to be seeing here shortly. Probably while you're watching this video, we might be hearing the breaking news about what unfolds. But you guys, I'm going to dive into these articles, let you know about what's happening right now. Today, a ton has been unfolding. But before we do, if you're going to do me a quick favor, just takes a second. If you appreciate these updates, keeping you up to date on everything that's happening, don't forget to take a second to just smash that like button. I would appreciate it. Just takes a second, really helps me out a ton. Thank you so much. Also, if this is your first time here, don't forget, hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and you can come join the Ram fam. I'll keep you up to date on all this stuff so you know what's going on. And if you got any specific questions for me, be sure to shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3, which is by far the best way to get a hold of me if you got any specific questions that you want answered. But with that being said, you guys, let's go ahead and dive right in. I'm going to get you caught up on the latest as to this breaking news that's going to be changing everything right now, today, August 23rd, 2021. All right, you guys, so first up, link in the description below to this article that just came out this morning, the breaking news that FDA grants full approval to Pfizer BioNTech pandemic shot, clearing the path for more vaccine mandates. And it says the FDA granted Pfizer and BioNTech full U.S. approval of their pandemic vaccine, becoming the first in the United States to win the coveted designation and giving even more businesses, schools, and universities greater confidence to adopt vaccine mandates. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Now, up until now, the mRNA vaccine was on the U.S. market under an emergency use authorization, which was granted by the FDA in December. Since then, more than 204 million of the Pfizer shots have been administered according to data compiled by the CDC and Prevention. Now, federal health officials had been under mounting pressure from scientific communities and advocacy groups to fully approve the Pfizer and BioNTech vaccines ever since the drug makers submitted their application to the agency in early May. Now, the company submitted the license application, which secures full approval to the FDA on May 7th for patients ages 16 and up, you guys. Now listen to this. Although more than 60% of the total U.S. population has had at least one dose of the pandemic vaccine, many Americans say that they are still hesitant about getting vaccinated. Even as the highly contagious Delta variant spreads, full approval may convince some Americans that the shots are safe? So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. This is huge news, and I know I've done several polls here on YouTube and on Instagram, and I found that the viewing community is really split on this. We've got some people saying yes, vaccines, other people saying no, we don't want it at all. And we're seeing extreme cases on both sides where some people are getting both doses and then showing up at other places claiming they've had none so they could get a third shot to get additional extra protection. And then on the other extreme end, we've got fake vaccination cards from people who don't want to get vaccinated at all, but still want to go ahead and be able to go live life as normal with fake vaccine cards, you guys. So extreme, polar, different perspectives on this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But we recently saw a former President Donald Trump come out and support vaccines. Take a look at this video footage, and then the rally, his own people come out and boo him because they're so strongly against the vaccines.
And you know what? I believe totally in your freedoms. I do. You got to do what you have to do. But I recommend take the vaccines. I did it. It's good. Take the vaccines. But no, that's okay. That's all right. You got your freedoms. But I happen to take the vaccine. If it doesn't work, you'll be the first to know, okay? I'll call up Alabama and say, hey, you know what? But it is working. But you do have your freedoms. You have to maintain that.
So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, you guys. Now, this article came out from the Washington Post, link in the description below, and it says, just to be clear though, this was a small portion of the contingent at the rally, and it was also in Alabama, which is one of the most vaccine-resistant states in the country. And it says currently their vaccination rate is ranked 50 out of 50. So Alabama is the most resistant to the vaccine right now. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, you guys. But also, we're going to be seeing how could this potentially impact stimulus. And right now, at this very moment in Congress, they're working their way through infrastructure and stimulus. Link in the description below to this article that says Pelosi barrels towards budget showdown with Democratic centrists. And the article says the standoff between Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi and a group of House Democrat moderates will come to a head as soon as Monday today, as leadership barrels ahead on President Joe Biden's massive social spending plan without a guarantee that it has the votes to pass. Now, for those of you that have been following me here on the channel, you already know that this is the infrastructure package, which has two parts to it. Now, the first is traditional infrastructure for roads, bridges, highways for $1 trillion, and it already passed in the Senate with bipartisan support, Republicans and Democrats. But now it is awaiting to be moved on to the House, where the House has said that they want the Senate to go ahead and pass the stimulus package, and they're going to go ahead and get that and pass them together and move them on to the House. And right now they're only going through procedural votes on the infrastructure bill, and they're going to start up a vote to see if they're going to start the process for stimulus in the House. So we're going to be finding out if those moderates are going to be actually sticking to what they said and trying to derail the whole thing if Nancy Pelosi doesn't first pass an official infrastructure bill, you guys. So we will see what's going to be happening possibly here today. But let's go ahead and read on, you guys. It says the House returns with Democrats essentially in the same position as they were when the chamber adjourned 3 weeks ago for its summer recess amid resistance from centrists vowing to derail their leadership's plan. Now, but with a key vote on the party's budget blueprint slated as soon as Tuesday, the pressure is ramping up, and Biden himself is expected to start phoning recalcitrant lawmakers in an effort to change their minds. Now, it says the group of centrists, led by New Jersey's Josh Gothenheimer, is demanding an immediate vote on the bipartisan infrastructure bill that the Senate passed earlier this month. Now, Pelosi, not one to respond well to rank-and-file demands, is refusing to divert from her plan to first pass Biden's blessed $3.5 trillion social spending plan through the filibuster-proof maneuver known as budget reconciliation, a process that is expected to take weeks or even months, you guys. And yes, as we mentioned before, this process is going to take quite a while. Now, over the weekend while I was gone, people were saying, I'm hearing reports that we're going to get a check and it's all going to pass and everything today, Monday. No, you guys, they might be passing the procedural votes. They might be passing the go-ahead to start in certain different chambers of Congress, but this is going to take a while. And if they're not going ahead with infrastructure is going to be sitting there while we go through this process with stimulus. So I will keep you up to date, but what we're hearing is Nancy Pelosi actually just this weekend dropped a date, and it was October 1st. So I'm thinking that's probably the soonest that we would see something pass, but we will find out here. It says, if there's some sort of way to work this out, then of course we're going to work towards that. I've said that to the leadership, said Gottenheimer in an interview, and adding that his group is refusing to wait though until December for Biden's infrastructure bill to pass. Now listen to this, you guys. Pelosi and her leadership team face their first test Monday today. It says, as the House returns to vote on the rule governing the floor debate this week. And it says the House Rules Committee will meet at 11 a.m. to tee up that procedural move. So you guys, that has already started. They're probably working on it right now, and we could be hearing the results of what's going to be unfolding from that. It says, however, some senior Democrats caution that plans to vote on the rule are in flux as leadership continues its whipping operations, and Democrats were set to meet for a rare Monday night caucus meeting before votes, you guys. So we're going to see, but this is actually happening right now today. Now, we've also received a warning from Senator Joe Manchin. Take a look at this, who warns House Democrats over bipartisan infrastructure bill delays, saying, those of you in the House, please get it together. We need to get something passed. And it says Senator Joe Manchin is leaning on House Democrats to speed up the consideration of the roughly $1 trillion Senate-passed bipartisan infrastructure bill, endorsing an effort by a band of moderates who are in a standoff with Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi. And Manchin, in a statement, noted that the Senate passed the bipartisan infrastructure bill before Democrats approved the budget blueprint that allows them to try to pass a $3.5 trillion spending plan later this year without GOP support. And he said the House should put politics aside and do the same. With so much uncertainty in the world today, one thing is certain: we must unite and pass a critical priority of the American people, improving our nation's infrastructure, you guys. So he's saying we need infrastructure. Please don't hesitate, pass it through, and then we'll go ahead and pass stimulus. But what we're hearing is Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi isn't having any of it. She's saying, nope, not passing infrastructure through because I don't trust you, Senator Joe Manchin, and I don't trust moderates in the House to pass that stimulus. And I want to see them both pass at the same time. So that is where the standoff is, and we're going to be seeing what unfolds here. But take a look at this. Wall Street is betting on Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi to win. As it says, Wall Street calls moderates bluff, urges investors to prepare for the infrastructure and budget reconciliation bills to pass, you guys. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I know a lot of people that are wanting to see more stimulus are very happy that Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi is doing this because she's ensuring that there will be no more stimulus or there will not be infrastructure. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. So you guys, a lot unfolding right now, and as always, thank you so much for joining me here on the channel. I will be sure to keep you up to date, and if you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget to take a second to smash that like button. And also, if this is your first time here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, come join the RAM fam. I'll keep you up to date on stimulus, Congress, the economy, unemployment, everything that's going on, so that way you can stay up to date. And if you hit that notification bell, that'll notify you as soon as these videos go live. And also, you guys, if you got any specific questions that you want me to answer, be sure to shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3. That's the best way to get a hold of me if you got any specific questions. And remember, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, guaranteed video uploads and also random videos throughout the day as news breaks. But with that being said, you guys, hope that you enjoyed this video. I'll keep you up to date, and I'll catch you in the next one. Hope this reaches you well. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.